Welcome to the second lesson of the Costume Design for Film and TV course with TAIM Africa. I hope you enjoyed the first lesson where we explored the creative side of costume design. In this lesson, we're going to get even more hands-on as we tackle one of the most critical stages of costume design, translating the script into costumes and, of course, managing budgets. Yes, even creativity needs a budget. So, let's get started. Every costume tells a story, and that story starts with the script. Your job as a costume designer is to read between the lines and pull out the details that will shape your designs. Costume designers must become detectives, analyzing every scene to figure out what the costumes need to communicate. Here is a step-by-step guide to script breakdown. First, look at the character's journey. Are they a hero who grows into their role, or maybe a villain who becomes more dangerous? The costumes must evolve with the character's arc. Take Harry Potter, for instance. Over the course of the films, Harry's costumes subtly shift from oversized, hand-me-down clothes to more fitted, confident garments as he steps into his role as the chosen one. Next, analyze each scene. What's happening in this moment? Are the characters running through a storm, attending a formal dinner, or escaping a dangerous situation? Each context demands different costume choices. In the film The Great Gatsby, notice how the lavish costumes at the party scenes reflect the extravagance of the Roaring Twenties. Every feather, every sequin is a storytelling tool that screams wealth and excess. Another vital aspect is the historical period and the setting. Are we in Victorian England? Post-apocalyptic Earth? Or maybe outer space in a distant future? Each setting shapes the style, material, and even color of the costumes. In the post-apocalyptic world of Mad Max, Fury Road, costumes are pieced together from scraps of metal and fabric, creating a rugged, survivalist look that fits the barren wasteland of the film. Costumes can also represent deeper themes in the story. Pay attention to symbols, colors, or styles that carry meaning. For example, in Black Panther, the royal family's costumes use traditional African fabrics and designs to symbolize Wakanda's connection to its heritage while still incorporating futuristic elements to reflect their advanced society. Now, here's where we balance creativity with practicality. Budgeting. As a costume designer, you're not only an artist but also a project manager. You need to plan how to create your vision within the limits of the film's budget. Here is how you can break down the budget. Start by figuring out what each main character's costume might cost. Do they have multiple costume changes? Are we using simple fabrics or luxurious materials? For example, in a small indie film, the budget for a character's costume might be as low as $50 per look. In contrast, for a period drama, each elaborate gown could cost thousands. Think about how you can balance high-cost items with more affordable solutions. Don't forget about the background characters. Even though their costumes are often less detailed, they still need to match the tone and period of the film. Tip: for a medieval battle scene, you might need dozens of extras in armor, but instead of real metal, you could use lightweight materials like foam or PVC painted to look like steel. It saves money without sacrificing the look. Research the cost of fabrics and materials. How much will you need? Are there ways to achieve the same effect with a cheaper material? For example, in the film Game of Thrones, many of the luxurious cloaks worn by the characters were actually made from IKEA rugs. This is a brilliant example of using everyday materials creatively to achieve a high-end look on a budget. How much will it cost to construct the costumes? Are you hand-making everything, or can you modify existing clothes? If you're working with a costume team, account for their labor costs as well. Tip: if you're working on a contemporary film, you can save money by shopping at thrift stores and altering the clothes to suit the character. Always plan for the unexpected, tears, stains, or last-minute changes. Having a contingency fund in your budget will save you a lot of headaches later on. Before you start creating the costumes, it's essential to visualize your ideas with mood boards and sketches. These tools help you communicate your vision to the director, production designer, and the rest of the team. Gather images that represent your ideas. Clothing from the time period, color schemes, textures, even nature or architecture can inspire your designs. It's all about finding visuals that connect with the tone of the film. For example, if you're designing for a high fantasy film, you might include flowing robes, mythical armor, and intricate embroidery inspired by historical cultures like medieval Europe or ancient China. Your mood board should reflect the color palettes and textures you plan to use. This helps establish the overall feel of the costumes. For instance, muted colors might indicate a more somber mood, while bright, bold colors could reflect energy or youthfulness. Tip: for a war drama, you might use earth tones like browns, greens, and grays to reflect the harsh environment, while for a romantic drama, soft pastels could convey a lighter, dreamier tone. Next, start sketching your designs. Don't worry if you're not a great artist. The goal is to communicate the silhouette and style of the costume. Focus on key details like cuts, accessories, and how the costume fits the character. Sketching a soldier's uniform for a war film? Make sure to include all the essential elements like boots, helmets, belts, and any symbolic patches or badges. Even these small details help tell the character's story. That wraps up Lesson 2 of our Costume Design for Film and TV course here at TAIM Africa. Today, we learn how to break down scripts to extract costume details and how to manage your costume design budget. In our next lesson, we'll dive into pattern drafting and production techniques, where the magic really starts to happen. Remember, at TAIM Africa, we believe in combining creativity with practicality to help you build a successful career in the film industry. Keep practicing, keep designing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.